Certified Welding Educator. Grand Rising family, Grand Rising. Your welding coach, Joe Brown, aka Black Phoenix, checking in. And I wanted to talk to you briefly this rising about me being a certified welding educator and what does that mean. Now, you have different ways you can become a certified welding educator. Now, AWS have a program just like their CWI program where you can take and you pay and you take the test, which is a written test where you literally go over different procedures, and then you also have where you literally have to take a physical test, 3G, at least a 3G, 3H coupon. So you have to be a certified welder. That's one of the qualifications. You actually have to take the test, send the coupons in, the bins in, all of that, all the paperwork. And also you have to have a few different things as far as educational backgrounds. Now, you can go to college or have a institute, some type of educational institute background for a year or 2 years or whatever. But you also need to have experience in the field. Now, they say that you need to have a combined. Now, this is combined with schooling and on the job experience, or actually doing it, or actually teaching it, or actually in the field working what you're teaching. You need to have at least 5 years combined. Now, 5 years combined, because I had a few students ask me about thinking about becoming educators later, and how long do they have to have, or how long do they have to be in the field to become this. So just so you know, you have to have at least 5 years of experience, book wise and experience wise, physically doing it. Now, I can say this: you don't have to have the school time if you have the years time. You just have to pay a certain deal, take a small test, gain some more information. But if you have over 5 years experience, 10 years experience, 20 years experience in welding, the process of becoming a certified welding educator will be easy for you. Now, if you want the card in your pocket, it's just like having a CW, having your certified welder's card in your pocket. If you a pipe welder or a structural welder, it's the same thing. Now, this paper does help you when it comes to employment, when it comes to getting jobs as a welding instructor, as a welding educator. This will help open up doors for you by you going through the program through AWS, or you going to a college and you getting your experience and then actually getting in the field. All of those things is going to help you. But I will say this, having the experience is always key. I heard a welding inspector talk this rising, and he was saying that he know a lot of inspectors, a lot, that do not know how to weld at all, but they know the procedures and the destructive testing. They know how to do that, and they know the performance and what it's supposed to look like and all that. But actually, how to produce that weld, they don't know how to do it. A lot of them don't. So you're gonna meet a lot of inspectors who cannot weld. Now, you have to learn, you have to know how to weld to be an educator. So that is a requirement. You have to know how to burn a rod. So if you're teaching stick welding, you have to be certified in stick welding. If you're teaching flux core, you have to be certified in flux core welding. You have to be certified in what you're teaching. So say if you had your own certs in your pocket and you're certified in 6G and you're teaching 6G, you can do that. And you got the years of experience, you can do that. You don't necessarily have to go through a certain school to get a stamp. Now, if you want the stamp to be put on your wall or be put when you present it to different jobs, or if you're using it for business and you want it on your wall, that's a different thing to say you're a certified welding educator from AWS. There's different ways to do that. Now, you can become a member of AWS and do this as well, and then you get like discounts and other great perks and things like that. But I've been doing it now, family. I got introduced. So for those who don't know me, that's just now checking into my channel and subscribing and kind of learning about me, I learned how to weld in prison. So I got introduced to welding when I was around 17 years old, and my mom introduced welding to me on visitation in prison. And I was actually in trouble at the time. I was actually in the hole when she was coming and visiting me at the time. So she not only wanted to see me, but she wanted to plant a different seed in me. So she used welding. She used welding. So she seen some commercials, and I never forget because she described a Tulsa welding school commercial that she seen, and they was showing underwater welding. They was showing, structural and pipe and educators and different things, and how you can make money in this welding field, and how there's a big need of welders, and they can make up to $100 an hour and all of this. That $100 an hour, it got my mom, family. So what she did, she came down there and she planted that seed and talked to me about it. At that time, I didn't even have a high school diploma or a GED. So she wanted to say, hey, you need to think about this. So she planted that seed in me. And then later she sent me some information from the local library, from the encyclopedia, just copied some front and back pages to give me some knowledge. And that literally, family, those pages became my Bible, and I studied it religiously. Now, I was 17, keep in mind. It wasn't until I was 21 until I was able to enter into the welding program. So I had to hold on to wanting to be a welder that whole time. Not only did I have to do that, there was some small things I had to do in process of becoming a welder. I had to get my GED. So in prison, it was a stipulation in order for me to get out. If I was eligible, I had to get my GED. That was a stipulation. So I got my GED, and I had some struggles with that. So I had some tutors in prison. Shout out to all the OGs in there that assisted me and helped me from math to reading, literature knowledge, writing essays. Like I really appreciate those, man, for assisting me in there. So I really got a lot of help, and I was able to accomplish that GED by myself. And I want to say this: when you do it by yourself, when you didn't cheat, when you literally went in there and took that test, and you know the odds was against you, family, it gives you some type of feeling that I can't even explain. And it lit a fire in me to want to know, to want to learn, to want to educate myself. So in prison is actually when I actually became an educator, because I started consuming knowledge of welding then. I started learning about the history of welding then. If I could know about it, I was asking about it. I wanted to know rods. I wanted to know this. So I was gaining information. So when I finally took the combination of welding class, the instructor, I never forget, family, I'm going to share this with you. He came in the booth one day and closed the curtain. And he looked at me. He said, Joe. I said, what's going on? He said, you did this before, haven't you? I said, no, sir. I'm like, but I got a passion. I've been holding on to it for a while. I really want to do it. And he was like, you would have fooled me, because I would have think you were just in here just wanting to get your certifications to have your paperwork. I said, nah, I want to learn it. And he was so inspired by me being so hungry with welding that he was a master pipe welder. Now, my instructor, I never witnessed him come in the booth and weld with us, all of that. Like, he wasn't that type. But once he seen my passion and how hungry I was, he taught me how to pipe weld, family. He taught me how to bevel pipe. He taught me how to fit pipe. He taught me how to get my landings right, from a dime landing to an 8 landing, to a nickel landing, to putting in my root passes and filler passes and caps, different ways to run them, from the fixed 5G to the 6G position. And he kept telling me, you got to get the 6G down, and you got to run stringers when you do it. Like, he was on me until I got it. Like, he had my root pass looking so good, family. Like, I was on it. But that's what it takes when you really do it, and you really do it, and you really do it. So he was so on me on getting that, and I ended up, the class was maybe 14 months it took to complete it. But it was like, they had breaks and stuff, and I was in prison. But it was 40 hours of combination of welding, stick, MIG, and TIG in all positions. And then we started building trailers and other stuff. And later I became his clerk when I graduated, because he wanted me to help teach the other welders in the program how to weld, because I caught on so fast. So as you see, instantly I became an educator. As soon as I learned, it was like it was in me. Some things about education and helping people and making it simple enough. I heard a scripture one time that says, you can always tell when you run across a wise person, because the wise person who got true wisdom, a true educator, they're going to make it so simple that the adult and the child can understand it. They're going to make it so simple that it's not going to, they're not going to complicate it at all. But someone who's puffed up and prideful, who think they're wise, they'll try to make things complicated and make it seem like you got to jump through so many hurdles and use so many words to keep you lost and puzzled. I'm going to keep it simple. And I learned that, and I've been keeping it, doing that my whole educational journey, my whole process. Like, I meet people at, whatever level they on. And I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas right now. And the area we in Southwest Little Rock, it's a poverty-stricken area, so it's people coming in there that's working minimum wage or happy to get a job making $11, trying to change their lives, getting off of drugs or getting off addictions or didn't finish high school or going through a bruise, all type of problems, family. And I have to meet everybody where they at and help them learn. And it's going to be hard to learn welding if I can't educate them and motivate them and encourage them right where they at. So I meet people right where they at. Everybody is different. So when I go in the booth, it's a personal relationship. We in there, I'm talking to them, teaching them, but I got to teach them different than I teach him or than I teach her. Everybody getting this, I'm doing the same principle, but I have to apply it to their personalities because everybody's personalities are different. And I think that's what makes a person a great educator, when you can look into a person and you can see their character for who they are, and you can address the character and start working on it. So, being a certified welding educator has allowed me to meet some great people and allowed me to live to be remembered. That's one of my slogans, one of my hashtags, and also one of my my last little EPs I released as a independent hip hop artist. I released a little mix of music, and it had, the concept was live to be remembered, and it was just value 1 and 2. And I plan to do it again because the concept of it was just to, I wanted to do things to not just affect me. I want to have things and I want to be good. But in order to be remembered, I got to make sure some other people are good as well. I want to make sure some people that's less fortunate, some people that can't bless me back. Some people can't pay you back, but that's fine as long as I'm paying it forward. There was a parable that said that Christ healed 10 leopards, and only one leopard that got healed came back and paid homage. So the reality of that is, those are the odds sometimes. You might heal a lot of people and they are like so excited that you helped them. But then it might be only a few of them come back and say, man, I appreciate what you did. What can I do for you? Can we network? You know what I mean? And that's cool. So being an educator, you can't get caught up in the numbers. You can't get caught up in who people are. You got to get caught up in the individual. You know what I mean? So I teach all cultures, all ethnic groups, you know what I mean, all genders, you know what I mean. I teach everybody, so I don't have no diversity. I mean, I don't have no picks when it comes to education. So I'm very diverse. I'm very, very diverse on teaching whoever. But I most definitely want to help mine. I want to help people that looks like me that think they can't do it, because people that look like me think that there's so much red tape in welding. There's so many myths that need to be broken, So one thing about our program that I'm representing in Little Rock at Southwest at the Goodwill Academy, it's only a 16-week program, and all you have to be is 18 years old or up. So the stipulation of having a GED or high school diploma, you don't have to have, because this is a private program. You just have to have the $100 deposit and pay the $37.75, which is right under $4,000, and you can get certified. Or those who can't afford it, they still have scholarships available through like WIOLA and the Wage Office, and even Goodwill have scholarships available through the company and through the Excel Center. So there's different ways a person can get into it, but the main thing I think is people need to know about it. So, they say that our people perish for lack of knowledge. So my whole focus and goal is to bring more awareness to the welding field, to bring more people out into it, to make it hip. You know what I mean? To make more people say, you know what, I want to have a trade. I'm not saying you can't, because some people, college isn't for them. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't go for those that want to go for extensive things. But having a trade that you can own, that you can turn from a job to a career, to a side hustle, to a business, educate, like it's so much you can do with it. You can make things, you can build your own security with it. So there's so many things you can do with it. And I hear people trying to knock it because, oh man, I can get that little money at working at McDonald's or working on the truck or doing this. You know, why do I need a skill? Not realizing that when something break in their life or when something go down, who do they call? Somebody with skills. Think about it. Every time we need something, during the summer times, who is hot? The HVAC man. During the winter time, who is hot? You know what I'm saying? So doing when things are going bad in your life with your vehicles, mechanics, you know, so you always need somebody. From fixing things, from repairing things, and especially the system. The rich that has created all the wealth, they're going to always need the skilled craftsmen and tradesmen to keep things going. That's why they always rebuilding the infrastructure. That's why, you know, it's wise now that we got more people diving into it, because a lot of the baby boomers are moving on. And some people not passing on the information. Some people are being selfish wish and say they're going to die with it. I ain't telling none of that. I don't think they work. I don't think they worthy of it. I think you're worthy of it, family. If you want it, family, I'm going to give it to you. So the cool thing is, I don't have to twist anybody's arm. I'm not into twisting anybody's arm and making them believe that welding is something for them. I'm not into twisting someone's arm and making them feel like, oh man, you missing up on the opportunity. That's on you, family, what you do with your time. I'm just going to present you with the opportunity. So by me even doing this video, even after I'm gone, it'll still be here to remind a person to do something with their time and actually learn a trade. So as a welding educator, I think you got to have a passion. You know, like I think you shouldn't be a school teacher or educator without having a passion to teach, without having a passion to be like justice. They say justice is biased, it's blind. So I think you shouldn't be an educator or a teacher if you bias, if you are prejudiced, if you're racist. I think you shouldn't do that. Or you should just teach your kind. Now, there's some good teachers that just teach their kind, and I'm not knocking that because there's areas where just teach yours. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But I don't mind teaching everybody, but I most definitely don't feel you should be in a setting to hinder anyone. Don't just do it for the money. So if you got to do something for some money, fam, that's why, you know, we have products. And as you see, the products that I put up on affiliate marketing, those are products that I literally wear. Those jeans on there, right here, I like them. I buy them. Those Levi Strategists, I promote that welding hood. That's what we buy for these students. You know what I mean? That's our affordable hood. That jacket, we buy that for the students, you know. So I try to promote the things that I know that I actually use and buy. So we know that products ain't going nowhere. So I always tell my students, products over talent. Now that might sound confusing when I say products over talent. But what I mean is you get the talent and then you build products with your talent. You can do that on your job. Because once you start building products, you can start freeing up your time and making money. You can't help someone else successfully if you are struggling, if you are going through it, if you are stressed. It's going to cloud your mind from helping someone, just like it's going to cloud your mind from learning if you stressed, if you got a lot on your plate, if your living conditions ain't right, if you're going through something. It's going to be hard to educate you, vice versa. So, you know, I just believe that we need a clear mind, and you should literally be passionate about teaching people, seeing people grow. I enjoy seeing people grow, family. I enjoy seeing people learn something they never have learned and smile and take it and start making money. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for checking in, fam. Thanks for checking in. So, fam, I just want to say, fam, I appreciate everybody for checking in this rising, for stopping by, seeing the channel. If you gave me some thumbs up and some loves, or you shared the video, I appreciate it. The goal is, family, not only to just boast on me or say who I am, but I do want to present myself to you and let you know who I am. But the goal is to honestly just let you know that I'm a welding educator that's passionate about what he do. So it doesn't matter if I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, or if I'm back in Georgia, or if I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, or if I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, or I'm in Oklahoma City, or I'm in Houston. I haven't been to Houston yet, but I'm planning to go visit. No matter where I'm at, fam, I'm going to be passionate about what I do. And I think that, you know, as an educator, that's going to take you a long way. So for those who want to be educators, who want to dive into the welding field, who want to teach or just be passionate about it. Learn the trade, though. Learn the trade. We can't reinvent the wheel. So literally learn the trade, take your time to partake of it, and then you can be able to give it off. And I'm going to say one thing. The more you learn, family, the more it'll be easy for you to teach someone. So every time I have a new class, I'm relearning it too, because I'm going over it and over it and over it. And I tell the students all the time, every time I teach someone, I'm teaching myself. So y'all be blessed and continue to prosper, man. Y'all have a great day, and I'm out. Hold on.